Let us discuss about the AC generator. Actually, this generator is a misnomer as it doesn't generate the electricity. It is called as an alternator because it changes one form of energy into another form of energy. This AC generator or alternator is a device that transforms. How is the generator constructed? The main parts of the generator consist of two poles of a magnet, of a strong permanent magnet, north pole and south pole, and between these two poles, we are having the coil, this coil of copper that is wound on a soft iron core. From the coil, we have got two connections. One is connected to slip ring 1 and that is connected to carbon brush B1. Another end is connected to slip ring S2 that is connected to carbon brush number B2. These carbon brushes are connected to the external resistor across which the current or the EMF is taken to outside of the generator or alternator. Now, how does it work? It works on the principle of electromagnetic induction. That means when this coil is rotated in between these two magnets, the flux linked with this coil changes, and we know that from Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction, when the flux linked with a coil changes, an EMF is induced in it. This is the top view. Here we have got north pole and south pole. This is the rectangular coil. The rectangular coil has got area vector perpendicular to that coil, and that area vector makes an angle of theta with the magnetic field that is from north to south. Here it is from north to south. This is the south pole of the magnet. It is the north pole of the magnet. Now we know that the flux linked with the coil is equal to phi, and that is equal to n number of turns of the coil. Number of turns of the coil, and B is the magnetic flux density, B A is the area, and cos of theta, and cos of theta is the angle between the area vector and the magnetic field. Now from the Fleming's second law, the EMF generated in this generator, E is equal to minus d phi divided by dt. So E is equal to minus d by dt of NBA cos of theta. NBA cos of, so EMF is equal to NBA being constant is taken out of the differential sign, that is minus d cos of theta divided by dt. We know that differentiation of cos theta is equal to minus sin theta. That E comes out to be NBA minus time. The differentiation of cos theta is equal to minus sin theta, and internal differentiation of theta with respect to time, that is d theta by dt. So our E comes out to be NBA sin of theta into d theta divided by dt. Now we have that theta is equal to omega t, where omega is the angular frequency of the coil as the coil is rotating about its axis, in anticlockwise direction. So from that we have E is equal to NBA sin of omega t, d of omega t divided by dt. Now that comes out to be NBA sin of omega t, d of omega t is equal to omega dt by dt is equal to 1. So EMF comes out to be omega NBA sin of omega t. The output of the AC generator is AC. That means omega NBA is constant, and that constant is the maximum value of the EMF. So E is equal to E0 sin of omega t. If we want to know what is the current, as per the Ohm's law, current is defined as the ratio of the voltage and the resistance. So current I will be equal to E0 sin of omega t divided by R, and that I will be equal to I0 sin of omega t. Now this generator or the alternator is a device that converts the mechanical energy into electrical energy, and the working is based upon the principle or the Fleming's law that when the flux linked with the coil changes, an EMF is induced in the coil. So here we can say that from the construction, when the coil is rotated by the mechanical energy either given by the chemical energy of the petrol or diesel, either given up by the potential energy of the water falling on it like in hydropower electricity, or by the power of the steam in thermal power plants, the main thing is that the turbine is rotated, and that turbine is coupled with the armature or the coil, and that coil is rotated by that mechanical energy, and the coil, when it is rotated, the flux linked with that coil changes, and that flux linked with the coil, when it changes, an EMF is induced in the coil, and that EMF is taken out by the load resistor. When we apply the load resistor, the current is transmitted in this load resistor. Now we want to see what is the direction of the current, as the direction of the magnetic field is from north to south, and this is moving in the anticlockwise direction. That means force on this is outwards, and force on this limb is, on this side of the coil, is inwards. By the Fleming's left hand rule, we have that this is force, this is magnetic field, and this is current. In this coil, the force is outwards, but the magnetic field is from north to south. That means we have got it this way. The magnetic field is in this way from north to south, and this part of the coil is coming outwards because it is anti-clockwise motion. So force is given by the position of the thumb, and the middle finger gives the current. So current is from this point to this point, and from here we can also apply the Fleming left hand rule. So the direction of current in this part of the coil is downwards. This is all about the generator. Thank you.